Hello, my friends. Can you hear us? Can you see us? Rua is going to be over here in just a second.
I'm running behind.
I told her it was time to start, and she just didn't care about that at all.
That's not true. Oh.
Huh?
Oh.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear us okay? You can hear us? Can you see us? We're over at the computer, and we've got a little different setup over here.
There's that bookshelf again. Oh, she just licked the drink.
Get down on your level and turn
down
this
on my
down.
level?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Turn this down just a little bit.
How's everyone doing?
You can hear. All right. I'm going to make you a moderator, Conrad. So I might make some more moderators soon, just in case. We're going to try. Good. I'm glad it sounds okay. We're going to try to do 25 minutes.
Hello.
25 minutes again or so. That worked pretty well. So we'll get things just moving on along. And you see the dog? This is Betty.
Someone's been injured. Someone's in trouble. Yes, this is Betty. She is a standard poodle, and she is wonderful. We have had so much fun with her. She is really great. Hello. She has not used the. She's 8 weeks old, and she has not used the bathroom in the house at all. They went and picked her up yesterday. Daniel and Maya did. I was at work yesterday. And so we've really enjoyed her. She has, like I said, she has not used the bathroom in the house. And she has slept in her crate all night. And then what else? Oh, she climbed up the stairs. It's kind of neat. Come back over here. I don't like being left alone on this.
So this is our very first standard poodle.
So,
yeah, this is our very first standard poodle. And I heard her telling you some about it, but when we got our giant schnauzer, he took forever to figure out going up and down the stairs and all that stuff. It forever isn't right. And he seemed like he was kind of scared of a lot of things. But she's not at all. She'll follow us all around. She went right up and down the stairs. We put her in the crate last night. Hey, thanks. Hey, Bill, glad you're here. Let's check on, see who all is here. Tweed Crafts, Kimmy's Halls, Baroness was here earlier, Margie, Teen Homesteader, glad you're here too. Conrad, there's Joe, Vintage Vibes, Angel Eyes, hey there. Let's see, I think that's it, Bill Hall. Yeah, so everything's going really well here. I don't really have a whole lot to say, and even on the agenda tonight. Hey, Red, glad you're here. We've gotten the chickens. I gave you the update the other day. We've got the chickens in there. We've gotten some eggs. Nana and Papa brought 2 more hens yesterday. We're going to put our cream leg bars in there, I think. Our cream leg bars. We've got 3 roosters, I think, and I'm not sure how many pullets we have. And then we're going to take the rooster that's in there out. So then we know that all the bluish eggs are going to be cream leg bars, and we're probably going to hatch some more of those. And let's see, what else? Oh, what else did you say, Nana, Papa, that we were going to put in here? There was another breed. I've been starting to weed in the high tunnel a little bit. 3 roosters and 7 pullets. There was another kind you were going to bring too that would make cream leg bars if you breed them. But I'm getting some weeds out of the high tunnel and putting in here for the chickens so we can start making compost out of that. I haven't started moving anything along yet. What I have in mind, I think I already told you this if you paid attention, is starting here in this one section, making like 10 or 12 sections, and then moving it along, once or twice or 3 times a week, and then getting a couple of wheelbarrows of compost every week. Paul Gauchi does something similar with chickens, but he doesn't move it along. He just puts it in there and then pulls it out and then sifts his compost. So I suppose we could do that if we want to. Brown Leghorn. But I watched a video about him the other day. let's see what else. I think we're supposed to be getting maybe our new hay spike tomorrow. Papa showed me the tracking on it. Yeah, well, I've left the weeding just weeds go in a few places. So I've got to weed in it in order to. I don't have to weed. I was just going to till it all under. I think I mentioned that in my update video. But I want to give the chickens something to eat so they could scratch at it and stuff like that. So instead, I'm scooping that up and then bringing it in buckets over to the chickens. That's what I'm doing as far as weeding. Yeah. But we also applied for another high tunnel. That's pretty exciting. And I got some, they needed some more information. And I don't know if we'll get one or not this year. There's a possibility. But if we do get one, then that would be really cool. That would be like all the growing space really we needed. But what? You starting weed? You starting weed in the high tunnel? That's funny. I didn't read what he wrote. I think chickens will eat just about anything. They probably don't need nightshades or anything like that. Does anybody know? Can you see us? Rue went back to deal with the kids. I told them beforehand to listen, but they weren't. They are causing some fussing and stuff like that. But I think anything except for nightshades would probably be okay. I don't want to feed them any tomatoes or anything like that. All right, can everybody hear me and see me? Vintage Vibes said, "Where did I go? Am I still there for most of you, or is something going wrong?" Are y'all there? Okay, I'm good. Okay. Well, I didn't know for sure. It looked like I was losing a few of the participants too, so I wanted to make sure.
That was a rough patch there.
Your feed's slow up there. Well, it's always slow for you, isn't it, Angel Eyes? It's weird. I don't know why, but does anybody know for sure? I haven't checked. You could Google it really quick and see about things that you don't need, weeds and stuff you don't need to feed chickens. But I think nightshades you probably don't need to because the leaves are kind of poisonous. Do you want to hold this dog?
Sure. I went to take care of my kiddos. My kiddos were having a hard time. Brim needed a little comforting. I think Solomon's already asleep. And then
Solomon is?
Yeah. And then Maya fell and hurt her leg, and so that's where I was. And then their kids were asking about the dog. So
yeah, they wanted the dog back there. The dog was back there with them right before we started the live stream, but I knew Rue would want to show you all on the live stream.
I did.
I didn't know for sure I wanted to show you just yet. I was gonna do a video a bit later. Toby's out back wanting in. Let me let him in real quick.
You're leaving me again.
Well, I'm leaving you. You left me for a while.
I did. Our kids seem to have a hard time when I work the 3 days in a row and then we do a live stream. Have you noticed that? I feel like the live streams that we have the hardest times is I've worked 3 days in a row and then it's not.
She's pretty sweet, Joe, but never allow your chickens to eat dried or raw beans. Chickens should not eat anything moldy. Parts of the avocado should not be eaten by chickens. Chickens should not eat potatoes or green tomatoes. Yeah, because I think potatoes are nightshades too, are they not? But I'm not sure. Anyway, chickens should not eat chocolate. Okay, I didn't know about the chocolate. But anyway.
Why should chickens not eat chocolate?
I don't know. It's like dogs maybe. I don't know. Dogs aren't supposed to eat chocolate.
But I mean, we feed them. We feed them donuts.
We don't.
Oh. But I mean, I don't know. The sugar, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just wonder why.
I don't know. They can eat cooked anything. Cooked chocolate?
Besides chocolate.
Let's see. I've really got to move some of the things that there was somebody who mentioned, making a list of things that we need to do. I told you I had decision paralysis here on the homestead. There are so many different things to do that I don't know exactly what to do sometimes. You've given them raw meat. Raw meat, I think, is okay. They're like carnivores. They're the closest relative to to dinosaurs, is what I've heard. And
That's crazy.
I toss some. The cats leave us, gifts of mice every now and then. And whenever they did the other day, they left a mouse on the steps. Did you see that mouse that was there?
No, I saw there was one over there.
Anyway, they left that on the steps,
disgusting.
and I went and I took it in there, and they ran around like. Have you ever seen how chickens will get a snake or something, and they'll just run around with it? So, where are you going? I guess you got tired of holding Betty. But somebody said to make a list of the things that you're doing, your projects that you want to do, write down everything, kind of like a brain dump, and then choose between 1 and 2, your favorite, or what needs to be done, then between 3 and 4, what needs to be done most, 5 and 6, and so on and so forth, and then do the same thing between the best of 1 and 2 and the best of 3 and 4, and then do that, and then break some of those things down into processes, a couple of things each. I kind of do that whenever I can't go right to sleep, and when I go to bed, if I am awake, I'll start running through my brain some of the things that I need to do and I want to do on the homestead, because there's so many different things, but I don't write it down. But I think there might be value in writing it down. The things that
I try to write my stuff down like a little. What's that? A mnemonic device? Is that what it's called?
Mnemonic.
Yeah, I have a thing like frets, like floss, read, which stands for homeschool, exercise, tidy, stretch. And I call it frets.
Oh yeah, chicken football. It's kind of like that, isn't it? Yeah, you probably shouldn't feed chickens chicken. I've never done that. Just like you wouldn't want to feed pigs pig. Hey, Locust Street's the one who did it. It was the one who mentioned it. Hey, Locust Street, glad you're here.
Can you feed them eggshells?
Yes, I think you're supposed to cook the eggshells first, is what they said. But I don't think it really matters that much. Does it matter if you if you give them just the eggshells when you cook your eggs and you break it open and just give them the eggshells back? It seems like I've heard that you need to wash them or bake them for a little while first, but we don't do that. What were we going to say?
Does anyone, have you mentioned the Swiss chard?
No, we've got some Swiss chard in the high tunnel, and Rua hadn't been in the high tunnel in a while.
I have not been in the
And we walked over there, and she said, "What's this?" And I said, "Broccoli." And she said, "This is broccoli? Oh, how cool. What's this?" And I said, "That's Swiss chard." You said, "Oh, Swiss chard?" And she broke off a piece, and she got some lettuce leaves and stuff. And then she went to eat the Swiss chard.
Yeah. Does anyone know a good way? Like, do you do your Swiss chard, just cut it up, or do you do, I don't want something slimy.
Yeah.
Like, how's the best way to cook Swiss chard? I guess I could Google it on YouTube.
Yeah. Does anybody have any experience with that? I've never, we had some neighbors in California, some really nice neighbors, and they brought us some Swiss chard, and we didn't know anything about it then. And Rue was like, "What do I do with this?" So we put it in the refrigerator till it went bad. And then I grew it here, and she's like, "I don't know what to do with this." So
you slice it like cabbage and then steam it. That might be good. I just don't want anything like soggy and gooey.
I've seen chickens, that eat the eggs, but I don't think they do that. They'll eat the egg shells because they need a little bit more calcium. It's like oyster shells kind of thing. But I don't think they'll do that if they're getting good nutrition. They'll only eat the shells if, they're not getting good nutrition. Savoy cabbage. I've never had Savoy cabbage. Have you had Savoy cabbage?
Oh, no. I've never heard of Savoy cabbage. I'll look it up.
Saute fast in hot butter. Are they kind of slimy? Actually, I've never had Swiss chard, to be honest with you. But I knew it was nutrition powerhouse, so I grew it. Broken down wood. We've got lots of broken down wood chips, but not as many as we used to. I've been putting them all over the place.
They'll sweeten up the greens. That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. We're learning. I was in Conrad Homestead's live stream earlier, and that we're even though we've got a lot of things going on, and I'm trying to tell you some things that work. Most of those things, some of those things are things that we've experienced, things that we have done, but other things are experiments that we're doing now, or things that we've read that others have done that have worked well. So we pass those on to you and tell you what we're doing.
I may try that. I may cook some tomorrow. I cooked some banana bread for us earlier, and so it was good. It got all eaten today.
Well, Rua tried eating the chard fresh today, but it wasn't good.
Mm-mm.
Was it like bitter greens or something?
It was bitter.
It was bitter?
Yeah.
Well, some people like bitter greens. In other countries,
Yeah.
people like them. You know?
I'm not. That's
It's like
probably because of
dandelion.
our culture.
Yeah, we don't do bitter greens in the
Yeah,
States
that's
very
probably
much.
our culture there with the bitter green.
It's a beet bread that's for its leaves. Okay, you can eat beet, leaves too, but only for a minute or two. Okay, so get it really hot and cook it really fast. Okay.
Okay, I'm trying it tomorrow.
Add vinaigrette at the very end, it'll be sweet. Okay. Okay, so I didn't know. I just grew it because, again, it was supposed to be really great for you, and I thought that we should. But, uncross my arms?
Yeah.
You don't like my arms crossed?
No, that's a sign of defensiveness.
You think I'm defensive? Do I seem defensive?
Isn't having your arms, like, when people are like this, I've always heard that, like, you're, I don't know.
Well, there's different power
defensive.
poses and stuff like that. So this is supposed to be a good power pose that you're
That's-
really strong and confident and stuff like that.
I feel like that's a weird power pose.
Yeah. Or, like the Superman pose, hand on your hips and stuff like that. But the only reason I'm doing that is because I want to keep myself enclosed right here. I don't want to encroach upon this and stuff like that. I'm trying to, keep myself in frame. Garlic and pan saute is lovely. Hey, by the way, our garlic, I don't know if you've been up here and checked recently, Nana.
Crossed arms equals insecurity. Just kidding.
I'm very insecure. I used to be very insecure. I remember in my trip, and stop me if I've already told you this, but I remember on our trip in California, Rua's heard it several times. I remember Rua and Nana were in the car behind me. We had 2 cars going. She was very pregnant with Benjamin when we moved out there.
No, it wasn't.
You were pregnant with Benjamin.
I was not very pregnant. I just started.
You were pregnant. You were pregnant enough to be vomiting all the time.
It was like in the I wasn't very.
She wasn't far along in her pregnancy. That's not what I meant by very pregnant. I meant
when people say very pregnant, they're usually very pregnant.
I think you're right, but that's not what I meant. I meant that she was pregnant, anyway, and she was nauseous and stuff like that.
God, that was awful.
And we had our miniature schnauzer Beldar in the car with me, and I was driving our little bug, our Volkswagen Beetle. It was a diesel Volkswagen Beetle, and he was sitting on the, the front up there. He scratched it all up and stuff like that. And they were in the Honda Civic, and I was thinking, I'm moving to California. Me and my pregnant wife and our dog and all our stuff is already heading there for the most part. What if they don't like me? And then I said to myself, well, what's not to like? I started building myself up. So I used to do that whenever I was in school as well. Like I would do like the Stuart Smalley.
I don't know. I feel like, what was it? Brooke Castillo. She's one of the people I listen to. And she says that, everyone is like, if you're a peach, and some people can be the biggest, juiciest peach, crisp and stuff, but some people don't like peaches. So that's what I think.
Yeah, well, I did the Stuart Smalley and built myself up, and and doggone it, people like you. You're good enough and smart enough, and I would build myself up. I'd look in the mirror and talk positively to myself. But anyway, I said that to say that I don't struggle with it as much because I've tried to build myself up. I've got positive self-talk most of the time, but I'm insecure just like anyone else. It seems like sometimes everybody...
Peaches are good. I like peaches
too. It seems like people think, well, people have it all together. Joe Biden, Donald Trump, whoever it is that's, the president or the CEO of this company, but they're all trying to figure it out too. They don't know. Nobody knows exactly what they're doing. Everybody's trying to figure it out. Everybody struggles sometimes with, lack of self-confidence, so, we might present ourselves a certain way, but I don't think that
we are people like that anyone thinks that.
I know.
Sweetheart, look at that bookshelf.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Tell me about the garlic.
The garlic is popping up. Everything is, you can see the things coming up in rows over there. The ones on the south side, I'm not sure which ones those are. I have to go back and look at the video to be sure, I guess. But the ones on the south side, further south, they're the ones that look like they're doing best.
There's the 2 rows, and one of them looks way better.
Yeah, the ones on the farthest south are the ones that are doing best, I think. Yeah, so
the left. I feel like the south, east, north.
Yeah, so if you're looking at the entrance where we go in the high tunnel all the time, the ones on the furthest right. I have adverts now. Oh, advertisements? You got them coming up now? Yeah, I mean, we're all trying to figure it out. I don't know if it's too late. It depends on if your ground's frozen, if you ask me. I think that's really why they want you to start it in the fall before your ground freezes. If you can work the ground and it hadn't really started, everything hadn't started springing up, I don't think it's too late to plant it. My opinion. Does anybody know for sure? I think that's the reason, from what I heard before, that you plant it in the fall before the ground freezes and you can't work the ground. So if you can work the ground and it hasn't started like we could here, it's just all slimy and sloppy and, wet out there. We got to make ourselves a path to the high tunnel, don't we?
Yes, that has got to be a project, a path to the high tunnel.
Yeah, well, I don't know for sure where I want to put all my raised beds, but
You planted garlic last spring?
And it grew just fine? Oh, good. Yeah. So I would plant it early in spring, I think. But I think you could probably plant it whenever, overwinter in the freezer for 1 month. Okay. Yeah, I think we talked about that one time. I think you can do that.
What do you mean overwinter?
I think, some plants need to have, like a cold spell. Like for seeds, it's got to be stratified kind of thing. So you put something in the freezer to make it think that it, went through a winter or something like that.
Hey, I know. I miss California for that. Like,
where are you, teen homesteader in California?
We lived in Turlock.
We have, we had it surveyed, but no, I don't. I thought about having, drawing it out a little bit.
Why?
The property.
Yeah. Why?
So you could draw out where you have things in your beds. I was watching Hugh Richards or something like that. It's HUW, and he said something about, having your beds, laid out and stuff like that, and numbering them so you can plan things out a little bit better. So we haven't decided for sure those things yet.
Ooh, Kimmy's.
You're near Fresno? That's not too far from where we were. We were just north of that, just south of Modesto, teen homesteader in Turlock. I don't know if you know where that is. If you follow 99 north from Fresno, then right before you get to Modesto, there's a little town called Turlock. And that's where we lived for 6 years.
Unfortunately, we are getting a snowstorm tomorrow, 8 to 12 inches. Yeah, I'd be ready for spring too. No thanks.
I'm ready for spring, not because of snow or cold weather as much, but because we're in the wet, sloppy weather right now.
I'm very happy with the wood stove, and I use my jetted tub every day, basically. So
I agree, Angel Eyes. That's one reason why you do that, so you can rotate the crops. Yes, mine grew fine too. I planted in late February so that you could fool it. Okay, yeah. You're in Iowa. That's cool. I bet it's. What's your growing zone there, Kimmy? We're in zone 7A. I think Conrad. I just heard him mention in his live stream. They're in Kentucky. They're in zone 6B. I guess. Did you say 6B? We're in 7A. I think here.
You're in the middle of summer. Isn't that weird? Like a crop, like it's summer, but here it's winter. Yeah. It's very still zone 5.
Oh yeah, that's cold. So I think the guy from Citrus in the Snow, his name's Russ Finch, I believe it is. I think he might be in zone 4 or 5, and he's the one who grows oranges in where is he? I forget. Nebraska. He's in Nebraska, and they're growing oranges in the high tunnel with the geothermal stuff that we're basing ours off of.
What's he called again?
Citrus in the Snow.
Citrus in the Snow. I like that one.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating. But his area of growing is far, smaller than ours. 2 to 4 inches of snow tomorrow, and near Fresno. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
the world is ending.
I know. We didn't get much.
I don't think I ever saw it.
We had a little bit of snow on the ground just one day so far. Zone 8B. Oh man, that's about where we would have been in about that zone. There were people that had orange trees and all sorts of avocado trees.
I miss the orange trees. There was a neighbor of ours that she brought oranges and lemons.
Yeah. So when Nana and Papa would come to visit, the neighbor had a lemon tree, and Nana would go back there and take a couple of lemons, because it was hanging over into the alley. And he didn't care at all. But in fact, he said, it stirred up their dog, and they said, you can have as many lemons as you want, but, you're stirring up the dog. So he brought us a bag of lemons afterward. Okay, you're in the foothills. Okay, I get it. That's why you're getting the snow. Chad, he grew up in, where was it?
Collierville?
Yeah, I think so. Collierville. Is that up in the foothills too? Near near Yosemite and stuff. I forget exactly
What's
where.
negative 21 degrees Celsius? I'd have to Google it.
Yeah, we can Google it over here. I better do it on the phone because I got the keyboard over here. 21 degrees Celsius. Negative 21. Negative 21 Celsius to Fahrenheit.
60. No, 6B. Had to go verify. You had me second guessing.
Negative 21 is negative 5.8 Fahrenheit. Woo, that's cold.
That's really cold.
Negative 21.
Oh, goodness, Joe.
We are supposed to be cold. Wow, that's cold. I don't think we've seen negative temperatures in Fahrenheit here for a while. We used to get it some, but I think it has gotten a bit warmer. People are talking about global warming some, but so here's my opinion on global warming, in case you care. We're going to end soon. So if you have any questions or anything, then shoot them at us because we're going to end this up soon. We're trying to keep it, shorter. For those of you, some of you don't mind it being long. I know that, but keep it shorter, and keep it really tight is what we like to do. But some of you, I don't know if you care about my opinions on global warming. Probably not. No. But global warming may be happening. I'm not saying I'm not a global warming denier or anything like that, but I think that global warming in a lot of ways is good. If you look at what they say historically, our most productive periods of in Earth's history have been in a period of warming. So you can grow far more things. It's really great. You get all sorts more green and stuff like that. Of course, historically that was also before all the pavement and cities and stuff like that. But
I like fall as well. I like fall, I think, and then I like summer. I like them all.
I like
them all. You got icicles in places you should never get icicles.
Yeah. I like late spring, early fall, and summer. I like summer. Chad, he didn't like summer before. It gets too hot here. It gets hot, and we don't run our air conditioner. But I still like summer because the days are long, and I can do a lot of stuff, and I can handle the heat. Hey, how's McGee Homestead doing?
I agree. Tennessee is perfect for all the
What
seasons.
growing zone are you in, McGee? I forgot. I knew y'all are south of us. You're probably zone 7B or something like that, I bet.
I'm glad your gout is getting better.
Oh, yeah. It's gotten better some? Good. And spring and fall is my favorite.
What did you do with Betty?
See, some of it. Hi, McGee.
What are you doing out here?
What are you doing?
Saying hi to McGee.
Well, you saw McGee. I know.
Hey, it's
all right, buddy. It's bed time. I told you you're not supposed to come out here. Thank you. Yeah.
Your AC is on. It's been on for 4 days.
Oh, really?
What?
Your air conditioning is on.
AC.
I know. I didn't. That's what I was saying. I noticed. I didn't. Anyway, we're about to get done here. Take just a couple more minutes if you have any questions, and then we'll end it up. But we really appreciate you. It's still painful, but I could walk today for the first time in a week. Oh, man. That was supposed to be really hard.
Have you been just hobbling around?
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry, Vintage Vibes.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Well, we're going to get off of here. We love you guys. We really appreciate you. If you have questions for us next time, get on here and shoot them to us quick. We're going to try to keep them shorter from now on. But anyway, we'll see you next week. Expect a video Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Share things if you could. That would be really great.